OTC. Hey, that's cool.
You got a podcast?
Well, I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Now you do.
Welcome. We are back. Oh, that's cool. OTC's very own podcast and all the amazing people we work with right here at Ozarks Technical Community College. I am Jared Durden, and with me, as always...
Oh, it's Andrew Crocker. Sir, how you doing?
I am fantastic. Tell the people where we are today, Andrew.
We are at the OTC Fall Picnic, getting a little bit of the taste of the OTC culture. I wish we did this weekly, personally, in part because free food. Count me in for free food. Also, it's just nice to see everybody outside of the sterile environment of the hallways.
Absolutely. It's fun. We get to run into people like our first guest here, who hasn't been on the podcast yet.
Let's not waste any time. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Mark Miller. Say hello, sir.
Hello, gentlemen. Yeah, it's fantastic to get out here at the Fall Picnic for a non-residential institution. It's great to see students out interacting with staff and faculty. You're right. We should have this about every Friday afternoon, right?
Can we make that? That's going to be my next game changer grant, is picnics every Friday.
Well, I mean, you know what? It doesn't have to be at this scale. You know what I mean? It could just be somebody DJing and free chips.
Listen, I appreciate your opinion here, but I got to disagree. We got to have the human foosball table every time. Buku free food every time. DJ, what else have you seen that you've enjoyed, Jared?
Well, everybody seems to enjoy the bed of nails.
What were you thinking? You have brought... First of all, you're presenting on behalf of who here, Jared?
The STEM Club, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, as well as the Podcasting Club.
Have you seen this, Jared? Have you seen this, Mark? He has a bed of nails 10 feet over from here.
Yes, I commented to Jared. I said, are you checking everyone's tetanus shots before they lay on the bed of nails? But he physics to me. Nobody's getting pierced by the nails because of physics.
That's
yeah,
right.
I tell you, I can feel Kaylin Martin from halfway across campus. Her ears must be ringing thinking about that bed of nails. Kaylin, I appreciate your concern, even though you haven't voiced it. I know you must be thinking about it.
Oh, yeah, some kind of insurance liability going on there or something. But, hey, it works out. Just so long, I mean, the next year you guys going to dig a little pit, have a bed of coals, have people walking across that.
Underneath the unicorn here is actually a propane tank, because my other tool I like to bring out is a Rubens tube, so I don't have any fire this time.
Why is all of your science so dangerous?
Because that's exciting.
Don't you have a science where you could
want.
just like help like an egg fall to the ground with a parachute? Everything you do has to involve threats to human safety?
Actually, the other thing I have is a Van de Graaff generator, which shocks people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mark, have you signed up for that
Back to
yet?
you, Mark.
I've not signed up for that, although, I mean, as you may know this, but I've known Jared since he was a student at Drury. This was back 08, 09, 2010, somewhere around there. And Jared was the head of the physics club at Drury, and we had an old dorm there, and they would do a gravity test every month just to check to see the gravity still worked. And Jared helped me get Drury in the Chronicle of Higher Education, which is a big deal in higher ed because they dropped a toilet off of a 3-story abandoned dormitory that has since been torn down.
Yeah.
But
not
there's a
for that
picture.
reason.
No, not for that reason.
Jared has mentioned more than one time, he has mentioned that he was shut down from that exact same experiment here at OTC.
Yes.
Allow me to put that out into the universe. Can we manifest this from happening? Surely we can find some space.
So, to be fair, it wasn't shut down as much as, hey, we need to talk about this a little bit more. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities. We just need to find a better location than the middle of the two buildings.
All right.
Yes. I mean, the abandoned building kind of worked well for that because no one was walking around the abandoned building very often. But yeah, I don't think we want to see Jared standing up on top of the arch, dropping toilets right on top of the main entrance of the building.
Do you have a hand into this picnic? Is there a booth you're running? What are you doing here today?
You know what? I'm a free agent. I just kind of walk around, and today I was hanging out with my wife, the lovely and talented Kelly Miller, who teaches psychology here at the college.
Who we've had on the podcast.
Yeah, behavioral science table, and then I kind of hang out over in the communications and marketing department. And earlier today, because I'm taller than average. I was asked to help set up some backdrops because you got to have a bit of a reach to reach all of them. So it's kind of mostly brawn is my is what I get called in to do. But I love it out here. It is great to see our students engaging in student life, and you just see that there is a hunger for that. And we've gotten more of that, with esports. And just some of the other clubs and things like that that we have going.
Mark, thank you so much, sir. We can't bury the lead. We have to get my partner in crime. Let's get Miss Griffin. Come on over.
She's back.
Mark, thank you so much. And this is our...
Happy to be here.
Oh, this is our very
Mark.
own Kara Griffin. How's it going?
Kara.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Now, you were on an episode of ours about 3-4 weeks ago.
Heck yes.
I mean, life must be completely different for you
Oh
on
my gosh,
campus.
it's
Yeah,
changed so many
tell
things
us how
for
it's
me.
affected your
Well,
life.
first of all, I got like 40 Facebook likes. I don't know about you, but that's like a big deal to me.
Mm-hmm.
Really boosted my confidence. And I'm pretty sure that I brought at least like 4 or 5 listeners to your group. So
Yeah.
Easily.
easily.
It was a great episode. We love.
You needed me.
We did actually, in part because we had never had this is again the most Kara Griffin thing you could do. I've never had a podcast where the guest asked us as many questions as we asked
That's right.
you.
I got to keep you guys on your toes.
So extra.
We got out-potted on our own pod.
We did, yes.
I get out potted.
I'm glad we're getting the word out on Kara Griffin. Ma'am, obviously you and I are repping politically active swag today.
You stole my outfit.
We are both dressed exactly the same, actually. It's a true story. What is going on with us today? Can you tell
Oh my gosh,
the people?
politically active. Absolutely. Our student organization group, we had 5 people here before me at 9:30 ready to set this table up. We've registered about 20 people to vote. We've got a great sign-up sheet. Just really excited for our events in October and all the great things we have coming up, especially with the November ballot and trying to get the word out to get students registered and involved in our community.
Yeah.
We're so excited about it.
100%. Yeah. Hopefully we got to get with them and start talking about. We got an election coming up.
Yeah,
so we got to start.
probably talk about
We should. We got to put together
Yeah.
something on that. There's
Yeah,
all
it's
kinds of
like-
crazy stuff on that ballot.
Are you going to do the thing in Lincoln again where you bring everybody in and talk about all the issues? And
What are we going to do? Normally we take our leads from the students, but
We do. We're going to do something. We saved that for March, but this November we'll come up with something. for
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Kara
You guys
Griffin,
are great. You guys
you're
are
great.
Thank
You're
you for
great.
doing what you're doing.
you're great.
have fun.
You guys have fun.
All right. Hey Stevie, hop on the mic. This is Student Ambassador Stevie Berry. We had you. You're a veteran of the Picnic podcast. Feel
That's
free to
right.
grab that and bring it down.
What do I do? Oh,
A
there we go.
reoccurring
Very
Yes.
small human.
I know.
First of all, last time we had you on, you were the president of Politically Active. Now you are alumni. Now you are a student ambassador. How's life as an ambassador?
It's good. I mean, I have a lot of fun. Obviously, I get to wear this super cool Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
with Aussies
Wait,
on it.
is that a ambassador Hawaiian shirt?
So, because I'm doing the social media for the picnic,
Ah,
I get to wear the cool matching Aussie Hawaiian shirt with Aussie. So,
what is the ambassador's job today?
so the ambassadors basically run around, make sure everyone's good, everyone's got water, whatever they need at the tables. Basically, we're just kind of like the entourage to all the groups coming out, and then I personally do all the social media stuff.
Yeah.
So we all have slightly different roles. Some of us are running the snow cone machine. We have a couple of tours throughout the day, so a couple of us will go split off and do that. But
You are campus hopping too, aren't you? Because I think you're taking
Yes.
classes at MSU right now.
yeah, so 2 days of the week I substitute teach, Monday and Friday, and then Tuesday through Thursday I jump between OTC and MSU, either working or in my own classes.
Yeah,
So-
you need to substitute teach for PLS 101 sometime.
Oh.
Bring you in. You can substitute teach my class.
Yeah.
You're more than
It would
qualified.
be unpaid, but it would just
Yeah, it would be unpaid.
It would just be coming in. Hello, I'm Stevie K. Berry. Here
Right.
is politics. So,
well,
That's us.
thank you for coming on again,
Yeah,
Stevie. It was
absolutely.
great to talk to you. If you wouldn't mind passing to this next guest on your left.
Oh, look at us. An alumni. Another alumni
Another
of the podcast.
podcast alumni.
Of course, Chancellor of OTC, but again, more important, let's not bury the lead. An alumni of... Matter of fact, we just talked to Kara Griffin, Dr. Higdon, and we asked her a question I want to ask you right now. Since doing our podcast several months ago, how's life been different for you?
Well, everybody knows me now.
That's right.
You got the Oh That's Cool bump.
I'm Springfield. I'm world famous in Springfield.
That's fantastic.
Ooh, matter of fact, when we had you on, our conversation was about the monarchy and the royal family,
Yeah.
which has undergone a little bit of a change recently.
Yes.
How did you take the news when you heard what happened?
I was in the PMC at a luncheon, and Howard Fisk texted me, said, "The Queen is dead. Long live the King." And so, I love royal history and the British monarchy in particular. So I watched a lot of it, recorded a lot of it. Got up early at 4:30 in the morning to watch the funeral, and it's been interesting to see.
You are a amateur historian and know a lot
Emphasis
about
on amateur.
and a lot of a big interest in the monarchy. How do you think, if you can predict history in the future, the last 7 years will be remembered for the British monarchy?
The last 7 years?
Well, 70, because she was queen for like
70 years.
70 years. Yeah.
Yes.
How do you think it'll be remembered? Because there's been some debate over, obviously British's own history has affected different parts of the planet differently, and
Yeah, I think people need to get over the past. It's about the future. I'm not big on that, but I think that she will be remembered for never having an opinion in 70 years. What you think about it is
never having a what?
Expressing an opinion,
Oh, sure.
which is her constitutional role. And if you watch the show The Crown, her grandmother tells her it's easy to have an opinion, it's hard not to share it. So she understood the role. The question is, will Charles understand the role?
It's funny you mention that, because I think another talent she had that I think we all took for granted because our entire lives she's been queen, is that she made being queen not seem weird. Charles has been king now for a couple weeks, and he has already gone viral a couple times for just doing kingly things that just strike us completely as bizarre.
Well,
But-
like the pin blowing up. Which
Yeah.
Actually, you and I would have the same reaction, but his mother would not have. She would have laughed it off, and so he has to be able to get over himself.
Well, so how are you enjoying the picnic? I noticed that you're sitting in a kind of a fenced-off area. What's going on over here?
That's for our retirees. We always have a special area. We had a tent about 9 o'clock, but the wind interfered, so we got rid of the tent. But Dr. Barrett very wisely gave them one of the fire pits. And so Dr. Myers, our president emeritus, our founding president, and several of our retirees are here, and they're really great about coming back. So
my eye for OTC royalty is off, but was that Dr. Myers that was with you a little bit earlier today?
He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we're actually going to have
over here.
we're going to have a couple more people come over and talk, because I've always been interested as a longtime faculty member. I was kind of aware of they've always been here, but it was a while before I realized that they were retirees and kind of what positions they've had. So I think it'd be really interesting to kind of hear from some past chancellors and other things like
Well,
that.
you've got Dr. Myers, of course, who ran the place for the first 16 years. I've been here for the last 16. We both have the same birthday, October 26th. So whoever the president is after me has to be born on October 26th.
That's right. Are you guys being grown in a lab on a
Yes,
specific
we
date
are.
or something? That's strange to me.
And then Mr. LaRue, who was our chief technology officer, Randy Humphrey, chief academic officer, Dr. Yokums, who was president down at Richwood and Table Rock. So it's good to see a lot of those folks back.
Absolutely.
Well, we can't thank you enough for sparing your time. We'll yell at some of your friends over there.
I'll
and
round you up soon.
That's great.
That would be
Thank you.
great.
Thanks, you guys, for doing
Thank
this.
you, sir.
Hey, come on over, good sir. Come on over, good sir.
We need a foosball update.
Oh, we do need a foosball. Let's just be clear. This is, I think, the first time OTC has had a gigantic human foosball game. Politically active, our students had to go. It did not work out great. Something was off with that, by the way, because they play the bookstore, and I think we might need to look into the bookstore's hiring practices, because every one of them had long legs, anchors for feet. Say hi. What's your name? How do you exist at OTC?
Howdy, my name's Seth Graham, and I'm actually a bookstore employee.
Hey.
Were you on this
No,
ringer team that we've heard about?
No, I was just taking photos.
No, who was playing goalie?
I believe that was our manager, Mike.
Guy's a brick wall.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't score on him for to save our lives. Guy was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
So you just explain for the listeners, what exactly is Andrew talking about? What is this foosball?
So the foosball.
Oh my gosh, you sound so old. What is this foosball? Go ahead.
So the foosball is like this giant inflatable arena right now, where it's got 2 teams pit against each other, where it's just like a foosball table, except instead of the little like miniature football players, it's real live human beings.
Interesting.
You hold on. There's a little gripper that you hold on to, and you can slide, just like in foosball. You can slide horizontally, and of course attack and attack the ball and stuff like that. When I will just say this is something you need to think about for future reference. There's a sign sheet. There's a waiver that you have to sign in case you get bashed while you're on the field. I did not enter the field. I was just watching, and I still got smashed in the face.
Yeah.
So I think there should be a waiver for just observing the game.
Oh yeah.
My glasses got knocked off my face.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I was taking photos, and as soon as I saw you get hit in the face, because I was witness to it.
Tell me you got it on film.
I didn't.
Oh my gosh, it hit me square from temple to temple. That ball hit me square in the face.
Yeah, one of the other players like on the bookstore team, she was talking about like her face is just a magnet for like any type of sports ball.
Sports ball.
Yeah, it's people with glasses really. There's some level of magnetism in these frames.
Well, Seth was a former physics student of mine. So.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it happened to me, my lack of appreciation for physics.
Well, thank you so much, Seth. We appreciate you letting us know a little bit about foosball. We have another guest just to your left, if you wouldn't mind passing that on, and
Thank
have
you,
a
sir.
fantastic time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come on over. Step into the gauntlet.
Welcome, sir. If you would introduce yourself and your relationship to the college for us.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Jeff Yocums, and I'm a retiree from OTC. I worked here almost 30 years and was part of the original group that started the college back in 1991.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about that. So how would you describe this original group and kind of your legacy of starting the college?
It was a little surreal. When I joined the college, again, our offices were over in Cox North Hospital. We had just kind of taken over what was then Graf Votech, so Graf Hall and Lincoln Hall, and that was the college at that time. And when I came and interviewed, they came down and showed me where our offices would be, which was the old psych ward in the hospital.
Wow.
So it was still, light bulbs hanging from wires, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this really going to happen? And it did. Pent-up demand, and I mean, what we're standing in here today is kind of unbelievable.
So I forget the timeline. I have family, obviously, that has worked at OTC since its inception. I'm forgetting the timeline here. Were you with the college during our Northtown Mall days?
Yes.
We had half of Northtown Mall.
Yes. Yeah, again, the vote took place in April of 1990, and then our first semester was August of 91. I started in March of 91. And then, yes, we grew into Northtown Mall and some great experiences out there, some funnier ones, but yes.
Those were the halcyon days.
Yes.
So you are standing now on a plaza as the college continues to develop past the foundation you've set. How does it feel to kind of be on stomping grounds that kind of didn't exist when you were running the show?
Yeah, like I say, it is a little surreal. I mean, when we first started, we had a good idea that the college would go, and there was pent-up demand, but I don't think any of us had any idea that this would be the future, and it continues to expand and continues to grow. I can remember when some of these first buildings were put up in the neighborhoods that were here, some of the houses and old businesses. There was some places that really needed to come down, but yeah, to think back to what we have today, in the great institution that this is, and the benefit to this whole Springfield region.
So the purview you have, and kind of starting off and not imagining, but then seeing what we've become, where do you see us going? What do you envision might be possible in the future?
Yeah, I think the future is really unlimited. I think community colleges in general are well positioned. And OTC, I think, is well positioned. It's, again, I'm biased, but I think the best community college in the state. I think community colleges, again, with everything from gen ed to helping those students get that path to the technical education, what we've now done with the new PMC building. I think, again, we're well positioned coming out of COVID. Technical education, I think, is a real future, and it's a huge need in this country. It's not going anywhere. We're that low-cost alternative, but doing things that other institutions aren't. And then I think within the state, OTC, even though they're not quite the largest institution, I still think OTC is who everyone else looks to in the state. We're always on the forefront. We're always doing new things, trying new things, and everybody looks to OTC for what's next.
Now, you are not driving the bus, so to speak, as you used to, and I'm not looking for constructive criticism of OTC, but let's do constructive aspiration. If we put you behind the steering wheel, where future of OTC, what would you add? What might you expand? Could you build this college in your own image, sir? What does it look like?
I give Dr. Higdon a hard time, and Dr. Myers, the original president. Add athletics. I'm just kidding.
Well, we do have esports now.
We do have esports, which is great, and I love it. I think one of the things that, even though today we're experiencing the picnic and this sort of student life, I think being able to have even more student life, a nicer facility for students and having that student life piece where they can even better congregate. Some of the buildings that we've had were meant to do that, but we just outgrew and needed to expand into them. So I think adding a little bit of that specific student life would be nice. I'm not sure what holds in technology, but I know the aviation mechanics program is getting ready to start. That's
Absolutely.
been a huge program. I know when we first started that, we're like, is it going to go? Is it not? And now I've heard they've got 80-some students in that aviation program. Mechanics are going to start, which I think fits right into what American Airlines is doing.
And we're building a facility out at the airport.
Correct. I heard. I haven't been out to see it, but I heard the aviation program moved into a new hangar, so it's all together now. That has taken off. I'm really interested and can't wait to see what happens over here in the new PMC, expanding that for business and industry, giving them that opportunity to come in, try out things. I think it's going to be a huge game changer for the Springfield area.
Absolutely. They even have an aviation student club now.
Yeah.
We're going to try to work together with STEM.
Absolutely. It's great.
Well, we can't thank you enough for coming on.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
I will yield my time.
Hey, but before you yield, I assume you and Dr. Higdon and Dr. Meyer, we can expect a human foosball team over here soon, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I wouldn't bet against you. All right, good
Maybe
to see
not.
you.
Thanks.
Oh, a little living piece of OTC history.
It's on. You be able to hear
Hey, Max.
everything going on.
We'll shout at you later.
Must have fit over your hat.
Okay, sir, can you do us a favor?
What's that?
Due to the technical difficulty, I'm going to ask you to once again introduce yourself and tell us what role you have. Stand by.
You're fine.
Can you hear anything?
I think
I
we're
can
off
hear you.
the air.
I can't hear at all.
Oh, you can't hear? I can hear. I think it's
How about
just
now,
this guy.
sir?
You can hear?
Do us a favor. Tell us your name and the role you've played here at OTC.
I'm Norman Myers, and I had the privilege of being the founding president at OTC. I started on October the 17th, 1990, with no students, and we inherited all of the Graph-Votech faculty and staff. There were 71. They had the choice of staying with the school district or coming to the new college. One stayed with the school district. 70 wanted to be with the new college.
That I didn't know.
Can you sate my curiosity? You are one of the few humans I know with a building named after them. What is it like to walk into a building named after you?
Well, it is a real honor. And a lot of funny things happen. I was down in Ozark a few years ago and buying a battery for my automobile. And the young man recognized the name. He said, were you named after the building?
Right.
And then he thought about what he'd said, and he turned bright red, and the other guys around there just hooted and hollered. And I said, no, it was the other way around. Well, he could have died on the spot. He was so embarrassed. But those kinds of things happen. It makes a good story, and we have a lot of fun with it.
Dr. Meyer, tell me you call it the Me. Tell me you call it the Me building.
The Me building?
Hey, it's on the. If you need that, it's on the first floor of the Me, right over there. Tell me you do that.
The Me building. My computer at home broke down, and I analyzed it that it was the off and on button, and I took it to over here to one of the stores, and they had a technician, and boy, he just takes it all apart. And I thought, oh brother, will he ever get this back together? And he got to talking about he'd been to OTC, stayed a semester, and quit. I said, why in the world would you quit? He says, because I couldn't decide on a major. So I gave him my little speech that you don't need to have a major. You go and you just keep going, and things fall in line what you're interested in, blah, 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 blah. So pretty soon, he gets it all put together, and we get down to the off and on button. Oh, he studies it and studies it and studies it. Pretty soon he says, I think there's a worn corner on this little piece. He says, I believe with some Gorilla Glue, I could build that up and fix it. So he goes off, gets some Gorilla Glue, gets down there, and works on it. Sure enough, it fixes it. And I said, would you mind if I gave your name and phone number to some people at OTC? I think they could help you decide on a major. So he says, sure, okay. So that's the end of the story. I don't know what's happened since then. But at any rate, this place kind of gets in your blood. And it's a great place to work, and I hope it's as good a place to go to school as it is to work, because we're certainly proud of it. College has outdone itself with this new advanced technology building over here.
Absolutely.
This one that they named after me was our first complete building. We'd done some other little remodeling, but after that building, these others, we were finishing one a year for several years in there.
Okay.
Now, I've been gone from here since 2006. So Dr. Higdon has been here now as long as I was here.
When was the first official OTC picnic?
I can't recall what year, but it was back in the mid-'90s.
Mid-'90s?
So this is terrific. I've never seen a crowd like this at a picnic, but they've been getting larger each year.
They have been.
Well, thank you so much for setting the foundation from which the rest of us can build. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you, and thank you for sparing a few minutes here. Go get some free food and dance, okay?
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We appreciate your time. And if there's ever a way I could buy that hat from you, please let me know. I'm dead serious. No, I couldn't. No, please, sir. Are you sure?
Oh.
Okay, well, thank you.
No, sir. Just lay it on down. We'll take it from there.
I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for this. I can't take your hat. Okay.
Hey, good sir. Hi.
I could
Put some headphones on.
It looks better on you anyway.
Thank you.
Put some headphones on. All right, so we have gone from the former president of OTC
Who just gave me his hat.
Who just gave Jared his hat, to this gentleman. What's your name? What do you do here at OTC?
My name is Diego.
Diego, nice to meet you.
Hi, Diego.
And nice to meet you too. I'm a welder, and I go to Central High School.
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
Do you go to school here at OTC at all?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. What do you do?
I'm in the welding program.
The welding program. I gotcha. That is how's it been so far? Because that has been a very popular program here at OTC.
I like it a lot. My coach, Mr. Jimwell, he's so cool, and he definitely knows a lot about his craft. So it's great to be part of the welding program. There's a lot of good students in there.
How did you come to the welding program? How did that come to fruition?
Well, I was talking to my counselor. I didn't have the best grades last year, and I wanted to go to the medical field. But then I realized I like working with my hands, so I definitely wanted to do something else. And she talked to me about welding, and my uncle, he used to weld, so and they also make a lot of money. So
sure. Right off the assembly line, the second you get that certificate, sir. Your name one more time?
Diego.
Diego, thank you so much for visiting with us.
One last thing, Diego.
Sorry.
Outside of classes, what's your favorite thing about OTC?
Probably how chill of an environment it is. You always see people hanging out, talking on the benches by the fires, and it's just a great place to be around. There's so many lovely people that go to school, and they always put on events like this. Like every week, there's always an event. So I would definitely come here if I were you.
Oh,
Fantastic. Thank
what
you
a great
for the
endorsement. Get that guy on a commercial.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Diego.
Thanks, Diego.
And look at here. We have, go ahead, sir. We have a legacy guest.
Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hi, I'm Max McGrady.
Hi, Max. Well, how do you exist at OTC?
I work here in the bookstore. I also take a few classes here as well as some note.
Did you know you and I have something in common, good sir? You and I are both descendants of great OTC people. Of course, your mother, the vice chancellor, the provost of OTC, Tracy McGrady, Dr. Tracy McGrady. My mom was a longtime department head of the sciences department, Mary Ann Crocker here. So what is it? You're talking to one of the only other people here who knows how you feel. When you walk through campus, how much of the you're Dr. McGrady's kid do you get at all?
All the time. A lot of the time it's faculty here who I met as a child but don't remember. And they're always like, oh, I remember when you were little. And
oh my gosh, when they hired me full time, Dr. Zweigel was running the social sciences department, and he was having our first department meeting before the semester began. And for some reason, he would also allow like older, not tenured, but really older instructors that have been in OTC since inception to come and sit in. And this lady and I, she was great, but she had been around a good long time, and we got in a dispute over what the department should do next. And she was like, well, now listen, I remember you when you were in diapers. And so there is a little bit of that. You kind of have to carve out your own existence, your own niche.
Yes.
But I did not know that was your mom, but now that I look at you in the face, boy, I could tell.
Yeah, her and I look so similar.
The eyes give it away.
I will also say social media, oftentimes the face of OTC social media. Bookstore people, yourself included, you are on it a lot.
Yeah. I'm on almost every advertisement we send out, it feels like.
Yeah, and your mom shares all of it on social media as well.
Yeah.
We love working with Dr. McGrady, of course. Yourself, I don't think are you still taking classes here? How are you a student now?
Yeah. I didn't start out as a student. I was just working here first, but I am taking a couple classes now. Absolutely loving them. First history class I've ever had that I've enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm upset with you. We were talking about this earlier with somebody else at how badly the bookstore people embarrassed politically active on the.
Were you on the foosball team?
I was not.
He was
on the
not.
foosball team,
and that's how deep their bench goes.
I want to meet this legendary group of foosballers.
It was ridiculous. They were all legs.
You're describing them as these 8-foot-tall giants that just punished you.
Max, thank you so much. So good to see you.
Yeah, of course. It's good to see you.
Nice to meet you, Max.
And one of my favorite people at OTC. Put on these headphones, man.
Don't forget to sign up for the podcast club if you're interested.
Yes, please do. And that goes for you too, ma'am. This actually might work for you because we are here with, ma'am, your name?
Sammy Smith.
And
Hi,
Hi,
Mr.
Sammy.
Crocker. Hey, how you doing?
A member of Politically Active herself, but also on top of that, an aspiring a vocalist and a voice actress yourself,
yes.
right?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that's like the dream. You know, I'm going to Missouri State University after this, transferring, hopefully getting a BFA in technical theater. But, you know, and work as a stage manager. But the dream is being a voice actor.
Absolutely. And you're going through some big life changes. You're getting married next year.
I am, yes. Super exciting.
Exciting.
Lots of big changes. Getting a house. It's wild.
I saw you perform. You and I have talked about this. You absolutely crushed the Little Mermaid performance that you gave. Well, you sang Part of Your World at what? At the Fine Arts
It was at the
display?
It was at the Fine Arts Showcase.
Absolutely
in
crushed
the
it.
spring.
What made you partial to that song? Why did you perform it?
It's a song that I've been singing since like 4th grade at different talent shows, just to try out for musicals. It's kind of like my go-to, like my backup. Like, I know if I can sing one song, it's gonna be this. So, yeah.
Now, you're one of the few people that is free to be upset about the Little Mermaid's casting controversy. You were allowed because you have your own reasons. You're like, they should have cast me instead.
Yes, they should have casted me. It was a big, like, hey, you know, you win some, you lose some. I mean, maybe next time, you know? But yeah, I'll definitely sign up for the podcast. Also, I'm a part of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Make sure to check those out. We're doing some really great stuff over there as well.
Great.
Fantastic. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good to see you, Sammy.
Thank y'all. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, talk to me soon.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so, by the way, speaking of voice performing, I would like to take a brief moment and apologize for some of the technical difficulties we've had. I would like to restart our conversation, good sir, now that our technology seems to be working appropriately. Can you just introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, I'm John Herbert. I teach theater and drama here at OTC.
And John, somebody just threw you under the bus. We had Sammy Smith with us a moment ago, one of my favorite humans, and she has just slipped me a note saying to ask you about the OTC Fall Show that she happens to be stage managing. So, yes, tell us this.
This is a show, just an amazing play by Lauren Gunderson, one of the most produced playwrights in America right now. Lauren Gunderson wrote it's a story about a girl with chronic liver disease, and she is a high school senior who's kind of homebound, and a boy from her class shows up with an American Lit project over a Walt Whitman poem that they have to work on together. She's got her guard up with him. He's curious about her, and through the course of the evening, they form a deep connection. I don't want to say too much, but it's just kind of a place where sort of teenage drama meets a little bit of rom-com and then just some very interesting, mysterious things that happen. Yeah, it's a beautiful play.
When is this performance going to take place?
It opens. We're working out production schedule and a couple of changes after casting. We ended up casting 2 casts for it, so it's a two-hander, just a boy and a girl. But we have 2 different casts, and we normally run things one weekend, but we're going to run this one too. So it looks like we're going to open it November 11th. November 11th, and run it through that weekend, and then also the next weekend of the 17th.
Fantastic. And where is it going to be?
It's going to be in Lincoln Hall, room 211. We're going to turn Lincoln Hall into the Lincoln Hall Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
In November for this production. It's going to be amazing. If anybody saw the student showcase last semester, it kind of give you an idea of what the space will look like.
Absolutely.
Sir, thank you so much for working through our technical issues. We apologize, and we also apologize to listeners. But please listen to come check out Sammy's show.
Sammy's
show. Please.
Sammy's laughing. It really is Sammy's show. Mm-hmm. She's the stage manager, and without a stage manager, there would be no show.
And don't forget, you can hear more about Jonathan Herbert if you check out his episode of Oh That's Cool. We had him back on. Which episode was that?
Like 6 or 7.
We're on like 27 now. Did you realize that?
You guys are really rocking it with this podcast. I love it. And I had a great time on that episode. Thanks again.
We're bringing you back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
And
thank you, guys.
So people are giving me clothes. If you have another one of those T-shirts, I would love to get one of those T-shirts.
Let me ask Kat if she's got any extras.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Right, yeah.
I'm just going to keep going with this.
Ma'am. She agreed. You can tap her.
What's happening?
I was like, I don't want him to.
I think we have another guest.
We do have another guest. Matter of fact, one of our next door neighbors here at the picnic.
We've been working next to the Army National Guard tent.
Right here,
ma'am. Slap on those headphones.
Hi, neighbor.
Hi.
Hi, neighbor.
Hi.
Please introduce yourself.
Into the microphone, please. What's your name? What are you doing here?
Okay, sweet. My name is Staff Sergeant Cronin. I am in the Army National Guard. I've been in the Army National Guard for about 15 years now, and we're just trying to promote it and tell everybody how awesome it is.
Staff Sergeant, how long you been with the military, with the Army specifically?
15 years.
15, fantastic. Yeah. And I see you're recruiting. You're doing a little bit of cornhole over here on the side.
Yes.
How's the picnic been to you this year?
It's honestly been great. Like, we've been able to get the word out so much about how awesome this can be. And we've honestly just had fun playing cornhole with everybody and just kind of...
What's your record?
You know, so I beat everyone I play. No, I'm just kidding. No. It's been good. We definitely getting kids excited about their futures, and that's all we want. So.
How closely do you work with OTs? We do have Veterans Upward Bound. We have veterans programs here at OTC. How closely do you specifically or the Army broadly work with us here?
Well, we're trying to do as much as we can. Like, honestly, we're just trying to get our name out there. We've been here for a couple of years, and we just are trying to get as much involvement as we can here. So the more the better. We'd love to have more involvement as much as we can.
Have you guys could prove your medal. We do have human foosball down the way. Have you been able to prove your medal there?
I have not yet. I really definitely want that. I actually want that personally for my house. Like, I'm like,
I know, I do
so
too.
Awesome.
I wish I had that. I'm actually ashamed that's the first time I've actually seen it in person, because that's brilliant. That's a really fun thing to do.
Seriously, I think we should go commandeer it right now and go take it somewhere.
You can. I think you have. Does the Army have the ability to declare it in the name of the Republic? You can.
I think I should just get a flag.
Straight
and
up eminent domain that thing. Yeah.
I think was it last fall there was a huge blow up apparatus that I thought
really
one of the armed services I think brought out here. I can't. You remember what I'm talking about? One of those like gauntlet style blow up. Well, if that's okay,
no, I can't.
We can move
recall.
on. But I think it was last fall, last spring, one of those two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Is this
to
your first
play
picnic
with.
here?
It is actually. I'm actually new to Missouri. I moved here in October, so I'm
welcome.
I'm learning all about it. I'm from Arizona, so I definitely the green is different to me.
Oh my gosh, I went for 3 weeks. I had a job orientation in Phoenix in the summer.
Oh gosh.
And there was a heat advisory, which I did not know. I went out and just went for a walk, and I came back. I was drenched.
I bet.
But the thing that surprised me the most about Arizona was that yards are just rocks and pebbles and dirt.
Yes.
They design their yards with rocks and
They
such.
do.
Because, of course, what are you going to do?
Because grass doesn't live.
Grow grass, yeah.
Grass doesn't live at all. And that's why we moved here, is because I was like, I need green in my life. I'm sick of desert. So.
I am incapable a few patches of my yard of growing grass. I don't know. And no matter what I do, I can't grow grass in my yard.
No.
And a couple patches of it. And so I always tell my wife, I was like, you could just put designer rocks there and just get us out of that particular problem.
Oh my gosh. She's like, oh no, we're not doing that. No.
All right. Well, ma'am, Staff Sergeant, thank you so much for visiting with us. We love getting a chance to stand by you guys and look at all the cool stuff you're doing, and, of course, witnessing your wizardry with cornhole.
Well, thank you. It was really nice meeting you guys, and I would love to talk next time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you too. Have a great day.
Right, thanks.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, one thing that the technical difficulties gives us an opportunity to do is maybe ask people the less obvious questions, since we've already had the major obvious conversation, and then once we get the chance to circle back and re-record, I don't know, let's ask Dr. Meyer about a building that he's named after him and such. Hey, sir.
Hey, what is this?
It is, why don't you put on some headphones? We'll tell you. It is a...
yeah, that's fine.
It is a podcast from OTC, by OTC. There's Miss Vicki McDonald there, one of our favorite people.
Oh, that's cool. It's on Spotify and all your major platforms.
What is your name? Why are you here?
My name is Ethan Fry, and I was just kind of walking around. Me and some friends have been thinking about making a podcast.
Well, then
we think it'd be kind of
you should sign up right there, because I host a podcasting club that's helping to create, promote, publish our very own students in creating their own podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
What would your podcast be about?
Oh, man, I don't know.
He doesn't know. Okay. All right. Coming back from our technical difficulties, sir, you were just telling us that college has been a better experience so far than high school.
Oh, yes.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah, so far. So in college, I really like how there's the support system, so that if you need help, you can get it. But there's also that space to be your own person and do your own thing. Like, in general, I just like how OTC has like a lot of spaces where you can just sit down, not be bothered, and just like do homework or do your own thing. But it also has like the support structure to help if you need that, and you can like be more than just a student. Like, you can actually like function as a person here as well.
Oh my gosh.
We got a commercial.
Get this guy on a commercial. we did. Are we still hiring for student ambassadors? I mean, my goodness. Your name again?
You might look into
my name
that.
is Ethan Fry.
What a great way. What a blessing, sir. Thank you for dropping by.
We appreciate that.
Blessing us with the nice thing about these little picnic episodes is we can just shout at people that seem interesting to us. We caught you walking by. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Abigail Simon Welk.
And you are a student? Do you work here? What's the situation here?
I'm a student. My mom works here, so I've been in this building since I was a baby.
Who's your mom?
Ashley Welk. She teaches English 101.
She's in my hallway.
Yeah.
She's in my hallway right behind me here.
Yeah,
that's
she's
great.
pretty cool.
This has turned out to be a little bit of a legacy episode. That's great.
Yeah.
My mom was a longtime teacher here at OTC, and now
That's
I'm
awesome.
here. So you look at me, ma'am. I might be your future. You might be sitting behind a microphone 20 years from now.
Oh, no, 20 years from now, I'm going to be rich and famous.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I'm going to write my books, release my music.
You are assuming he's not.
You're assuming I'm not rich and famous.
Are you?
Yeah, well,
This is the co-host of the #1 podcast on community colleges in Southwest Missouri.
First of all, both of those things you just asked, they're both relative. Fame is relative, wealth is relative. I am wealthy In probably some
spirit.
countries. In Sweden, definitely.
Abigail, we appreciate you. You're going to close out our episode, so we'd like to ask you
cool.
one more question.
Awesome.
What is your favorite thing about OTC?
That is a really good question. Give me half a second to think about it.
Free food does count. We do occasionally give you free food.
This podcast, that would count.
This podcast is
Of course,
also
you've never heard it before. So.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I've been here for a long time. Like I said, my mom works here, so I've been coming here forever. I only started taking classes a few semesters ago.
Let's ask it this way.
Okay.
You're having a really good day.
Yes.
You wake up, you're in a good mood.
Okay.
You're on your way to classes. It's a great day because you're walking into what class?
Probably my drama class. I really like my acting class. It's a lot of fun.
Ooh. And who's your teacher?
Susan Bennett.
Susan Bennett. There's your shout out for you. We'd like to have you on the show, Susan Bennett. We hear your class is awesome. Thank you so much, Abigail, for stopping by.
Yeah,
thank
of course.
you. Appreciate you, ma'am.
Awesome.
And thank you to everybody that stopped by. We are looking forward to doing this again, hopefully.
Another fabulous picnic episode.
Oh my gosh, every time. Are you going to keep that hat? Dr. Meyer gave you a hat.
I need to talk to someone before I get in trouble because I don't feel like like I'm supposed to. Yeah.
Personally, I think you should keep the hat. I, like the
I
hat.
love it, but I did not expect
An Abigail endorsement.
I did not expect him just to give me his hat though.
It says OTC on the front too.
It's amazing.
Goodness.
I really wanted to buy it.
That's
All right.
invaluable. All right.
When I'm rich and famous, I'll send you a hat.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes. All
right.
right.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have
Happy
a great
picnic.
day. Thank you.